why I think WWE itself should have house shows, because the vision is showing that when you don't practice, you get hurt. And we had another major injury this week. So Seth Rollins out of the division, Braun Breaker out of the division. Now Bronson Reed out of the mix as well, getting hurt in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match this past week. A match that many say he was supposed to win.
Yeah, that's the reports, yeah.
I mean, I understand injuries are a part of the game, but I guess, when it comes to WWE, for the most part, they seem to make everything work. I mean, let's be realistic. Injuries are a part of the game, but when it comes to like majorly affecting storylines, there's not really a lot of great examples. I mean, WrestleMania main events have always been what they were going to be for the most part. We haven't had any last minute like big changes like a day before Mania. Rock and Austin's Rock and Austin. Cena and Rhodes is Cena and Rhodes. We haven't had have Penta replace Cody Rhodes the night before WrestleMania. Anything crazy like that? We've had a few of the undercard matches kind of change before.
But how do you pivot? How do you pivot? That's the thing.
I mean, but these are some major changes. WrestleMania, if this wasn't WrestleMania season, it might be a little different. But these are some major things because you have to think Braun Breaker was factored into not just Braun Breaker, the vision as a whole is the modern day bloodline when it comes to factions on television. And with this essentially obliterating this faction, how are you pivoting at the last minute like this at WrestleMania season?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we just kind of alluded to it a few moments ago.
Karrion
Kross would be perfect. And you know what? Because, he could sense that WWE could be a little desperate because they could use him and they could, he can make some more cha-ching out of the whole deal. Because if Paul Heyman wants him, Paul Heyman will get him. He's got a lot of pull in WWE. And that's the main pivot because he would make sense because he can be the leader of this faction, because if you're just going to have Theory and Paul, that's not going to work because Theory just joined it not that long ago. And Logan Paul, I'll give Paul his credit. Logan Paul, he has been more of a regular staple as of late, but like for a long time, he was, part-time guy where he'd come in and do stuff and then go away. And so I'll give him credit there, but he has no business leading a faction, either does Theory at this point. They don't have enough stock.
This is as if the Judgment Day was down to Carlito and JT McDonough.
Yeah, exactly. That's the perfect example. And no offense to the JD and Carlito, because they're both good wrestlers and they're entertaining and this and that. But like they can't be the faces. Like Braun Breaker.
They can't be the pillars of a faction.
They could have survived.
They didn't even start.
They could have survived Bronson Reed. Like, they could have survived with Bronson Reed and not have Braun Breaker.
You had to have some of the founding members, right? Because that's what this is all about. This is a movement that is created and people are coming along of the movement, right? This is something Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed created themselves after WrestleMania last year.
Yeah, you have to have the OGs in it, so to speak. Now, my other name that could happen, because who the heck knows at this point? Brock Lesnar. Could that happen?
I don't know. I guess, again, anything is possible because I don't think these are the plans, and whatever it is going to be something that is not that wasn't planned. I don't think Brock Lesnar was.
If it's Brock Lesnar, then Paul Heyman's going to be the official, no doubt, mouthpiece, because Brock Lesnar can cut a promo, but I don't think he could cut a promo from a leadership of a faction perspective. I don't think he has that part in him. He could do the kind of put his arm around you and be like, yeah, I'm the physical specimen. Like, you're not, I am the physical guy in this group. You're not going to take care of me. But from a cut a promo perspective, I think he's limited from that. So I think if you're going to bring him, if Brock Lesnar is the new face of it, so to speak, I do think Paul Heyman is the voice behind it. Now, Karrion Kross could definitely be the voice behind it because he can cut a good promo. He's believable. His in-ring work is fine. Like, he checks all those boxes. So those are the only choices. Who else could you do? Could you put Sami Zayn in there?
Really, I don't really have a good answer for this because I don't think WWE planned to have any of these people involved. So it's not like they make sense. It's like, well, what can we do with what we have at the last minute? This wasn't the plan at WrestleMania last year. This wasn't the plan at SummerSlam.
Thankfully, though, you have Paul Heyman still. Because if you didn't have Paul Heyman, then you're really screwed. Because Paul Heyman, they could turn this into a storyline like, hey, Paul Heyman could be like, yeah, I know a lot of people, I know a lot of guys, I know a lot of, we can make this work, and I got the perfect guy for you, and insert whatever person he wants, and it could work. Thankfully, they have the wise man, the Oracle, Paul Heyman, or it really does fall apart completely.
I will say Brock Lesnar is interesting in general because obviously he just returned to WWE this past week on Monday Night Raw with the plan laid out for his WrestleMania run of who's he going to face, who's going to step up to the challenge. Well, I guess we have to think because a lot of people early on thought Brock Lesnar and the Vision were going to not be on the same team, but go against each other, right? We thought Braun Breaker and Brock Lesnar, a potential WrestleMania matchup. So now everything's on the table where we might be turning what was going to happen against each other at Mania to a team, which again, if everything's on the table, hey, CM Punk, what's he doing? He's a Paul Heyman guy, was a Paul Heyman guy. Seth Rollins isn't there anymore, so that rivalry is gone.
But you know what? That could work too, because then when Seth comes back, it's a whole issue again, kind of a thing. Like,
I mean, really,
I thought we were cool. The whole thing.
Anything's on the table, and being CM Punk as a champion, you know what I mean? You want to make your group stronger. It's led by a champion. It was led by the same guy who held that belt, Seth Rollins. That was the purpose. He was going to hold that belt and be the leader as champion. So now you have CM Punk holding that belt.
There's not a lot of options. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, no matter what happens, it's obviously, like you just mentioned, it's not part of the original plans. So they're going to have to throw something together that's quality, or at least something decent.
I guess the best, the way to kind of wrap this up a little bit here is to go to the masked man that's been attacking the Vision as of late. Do we just scrap that entirely? Because, I mean, I guess the masked man could have been somebody who maybe joined the Vision, but now we see him attacking the Vision. Because I think early on, you know what I mean, the masked man was Austin Theory in the first iterations of it, so he was somebody who was joining the Vision. Now the masked man is attacking the Vision, so it wouldn't make much sense for him to be a part of it, unless he was attacking all the members that got hurt. But he's attacked some of the members who haven't been hurt, so I don't know how that necessarily would work. But do we just scrap that entirely now? Do we just kind of pretend that didn't exist? Like, because I don't know. Because that obviously had I'm guessing, a plan to have that man face people in the Vision, potentially people who aren't even there anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a major pivot, because you can't just we forgot about the masked man thing. There's got to be a payoff somehow.
Oh, WWE's forgot about things before. I mean,
I know they have.
Hornswoggle's legitimate dad.
I know you're right, but I think
the GM, the email GM guy, what was that? I think they might have said who, but I mean, that was one of those.
I think they have to pay it off though somehow. I think they do, because they've already invested so much into it. And it's not to, the Hornswoggle thing versus this. Hornswoggle thing was kind of an afterthought versus the Vision being one of the main focuses. So you have to pay it off, I think, because of how important that storyline is.
How important it could have been. We don't know how important it is, because we don't know what
it's definitely important. It's definitely important regardless, I think, because if it's tied into the vision one way, shape, or form, I think because of them being such a main force in the business these days, whatever is attached to it, whether they're joining forces or attacking them in that case of the masked man, then it's important. So I just hope they paid off. Somehow they're going to have to pivot, because I just don't think they're going to have to. They can't just scrap the idea. Obviously, it's somebody. What
about the idea of now? And this, obviously, we might scrap the masked man if this happened. What if on Monday Night Raw, obviously with the Bronson Reed thing made official, what if the Vision itself? I mean, even if we have Austin Theory and Logan Paul still as a tag team teaming up, what if, though, they just make that conscious effort to say, Paul Heyman, you hang out with Brock for WrestleMania season, and, the Vision's done?
I mean, that's a possibility as well, where they could put stuff on the back burner and be like,
give Logan Paul a new WrestleMania opponent, get him in a feud, ASAP. So that matters, whoever he's going to face, because obviously,
depending on the timelines of Braun Breaker, obviously he's trying to get back to WrestleMania. That's the rumor and innuendo that he's working his butt off to get back in time. So assuming he doesn't make it back in time, and then obviously you have Bronson Reed, who just tore his biceps, that's a long-term injury. Does that give him enough time to maybe they play it like they run it back at SummerSlam. I don't know.
I don't know what the vision holds in the future, but it is. I want like I think I put on Twitter. I think the new name for the vision should be the Cursed because right now they are the injured.
Yes.